and claimed my birthright. My name is Esteban. My father was from solid New England stock that could trace its line right back to Cornwall, and what was not English was French, from my grandmother's side. My mother, whose maiden name was Juliet Chambers, was from a similar background. The name Esteban came from a promise my mother made to someone at my birth, a midwife, who rushed to her side after a carriage overturned and nearly killed her. The midwife delivered the baby, which was, of course, me, and asked my mother to name the child Esteban, for a saint, which was enough of an aristocratic-sounding name that my father begrudgingly allowed it. I'd heard this story since my memory began. My mother told me that, without this mysterious woman, I would never have burst into the world with all my limbs attached, nor would she have lived beyond my first cry. Esteban sounded romantic to her ears, and seemed a very suitable and exotic name for someone with the dark hair and eyes that neither parent possessed. My mother often told me that she wanted to name me Zebediah, and given that as an alternative, I was more than happy to be known as Esteban. My father apparently wanted to anglicize the name to Stephen, but fate intervened. Other children could not pronounce Esteban, so, since the age of 4 or so, I'd been briefly known simply as Easton. I mispronounced the name with my childhood lisp as Ethan, and when my father got hold of that, he ran as far as he could with it. It was to become official. It was New England. It was Old England. It was acceptable to him, although my mother was noticeably irked, and would occasionally, right up until her death, call me Esteban. Thus, by 3rd grade, I finally had what was considered a normal name among my parents' set, and one that didn't raise the specter of some family scandal purely by its foreignness to Bostonians. But Esteban has been my secret, true name, so you must know it and remember it. Ethan I became. My young life was uneventful, save for my naming. My mother, since the accident that precipitated my birth, claimed a weak heart. Her many medications were famous among us. She could not leave her bed without a spoon of some remedy. She could not kiss my father good morning without some wee dram of medical potion to get her heart to its normal capacity. And she often spent months at spas in Saratoga and across the sea, leaving me with a nanny and my father, neither of whom I particularly liked. Once, I saw my mother laugh and nearly run across the rocky shoreline. I felt that I must have dreamed this, for I never saw this burst of energy again. But mostly, I remember her remaining in the shuttered room of Balmoral, the house along the Cape that my father inherited after his mother died. I knew little of the world other than of Boston and Cape Cod and the Hudson Valley and all the intermediate destinations until I took a trip to New York City when I was 19. Then I wanted to be in no other place in the world than that exciting citadel to ambition, power, and promise. Boston began to seem small and provincial to me. After my mother died, my father disinherited me over a minor skirmish regarding what he felt I should be doing with my life. He believed I should be playing politics and amassing a fortune by taking advantage of deals and opportunities and the way the world works for men and such. I felt I should be pursuing my dreams and ambitions. I went to live in New York, and my life as an adult began. But I only knew Harrow from brief spurts of summer vacations or spring weekends. It was the house my grandfather owned and lived in along the Hudson River. I remembered it in flashes.